Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel and also my garden. And in today's episode, what I'm going to be showing you is my very brand new Caladium collection, guys. And I'm going to be doing a show and tell you all about how I grew them up from tubers. And then at the very end of this video, I'm going to also show you exactly how I am going to beautifully display them. So let's go ahead and take a look at those wonderful Caladiums right now. And here they are, guys. Do you see them? Okay guys, so as I stated, I grew all of these Caladiums right here from tubers. And let that be a testament of how easy and how simple it is to grow Caladiums. I mean, if I can do it, I can guarantee you that you can absolutely do it too. So before we begin, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what Caladiums are. So Caladiums should be noted that they are tropical foliage plants, very well known for their beautiful markings, their patterns, and also wonderful colorations within the leaves. I mean, come on, look at that, will ya? So beautiful. Also note that these Caladiums are considered Aroids and are considered a part of the elephant ear family. You definitely can see why with the elephant ear formation that the leaves have. And I do gotta tell you, I am constantly amazed at all of the wonderful veinings and patterns, and oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful colors. They are just so very striking and definitely beautifully stand out. And what I do love most about these elephant ears is the fact that they are very easy to grow, and you would grow these similar to your regular elephant ears. Also, they can continue giving off these beautiful showy leaves from your spring, summer to even your autumn months. They do give quite a beautiful impact and for quite a while. And just depending on the type of Caladium you have can determine exactly how much they can tolerate when it comes to light. Now, some of these can actually tolerate full sun, while others like that brighter filtered sun and shadier conditions. So indeed, just depending on the type will determine exactly what would be their perfect spot. So Caladiums really start sprouting up and also growing within the spring months, and you really don't want to plant them up until all threat of the colder weather is gone, no threat of frost or freezing temperatures, and you definitely want to do it when the weather starts warming up. The warm weather is really going to help induce those tubers to grow. So with my Caladiums right here, I actually potted these up pretty early. I potted these up in February but kept them indoors, and I only brought them outdoors when it started to get warm, and that was sometime in March. And I potted the tubers up within 3-inch pots and also within these 5-inch containers here, placing one tuber in the smaller pots and then about 2 to 3 in these bigger pots. And to ensure that the tubers didn't have a hard time fighting to get to the surface, I went ahead and potted these up in about 1.5 inches below the surface of the media. And the soil-based media that I did choose to use was light and airy soil, one with good drainage and would be easy to dry. And if we do take a look into the media, you will see that I did include fertilizer in there as well. Now, when I did grow these up indoors, I did water them sparingly. I didn't water them as normal, and if I had to measure the watering, I would say maybe about 50% of what I would normally water a plant. And then once I got them outdoors, of course, I began to water them as normal, but I did not oversaturate the media with water. I didn't want that soppy, wet media because I do understand that the tubers can actually rot out. So I did water them good where they were evenly moist, but again, not too soppy wet. And I only watered them as they began to dry, but I never allowed them to completely dry out. But let me tell you folks, it took like forever for me to even begin to see the sprouts. Oh my goodness. I mean, it was about 2 months before I seen anything happen, and I actually started to get worried because I thought I had just rotted them out or I did something wrong. But lo and behold, after about 2 months, they did start to sprout up. And after they sprouted up, a month later, here we are. So it took us a total of about 3 months to even get to this point right here. And these are large enough now that I can go ahead and display them how I want them, whether or not I want to plant them up or even put them in bigger containers and have them displayed. So let me go ahead and show you how I intend to do that, because I do plan on making quite an amazing arrangement right in the ground with some of these, and then some of these again I will keep potted up. But guys, I do want to warn you, if you've been waiting 3 months and absolutely nothing has taken place within these pots, you definitely want to check below the surface and find out exactly what's going on, because usually one of 3 things could be happening here. Number 1, the tuber might have rotted out. Number 2, the tuber might be a dud tuber and it might have already been dead. And number 3, you might have potted up the tuber upside down, where it's still alive, but it's taking a whole lot longer to grow, because now it has to grow from the underside and all the way to the top. And this was absolutely the case in these pots right here. I had a couple that I did pot up upside down and it took longer for it to grow up. And then I did have some that actually rotted out or were dud bulbs. And this right here is the remainder of what actually did not grow. So these are either the dud or rotted bulbs right here. But I am happy to say that only about 25% did not make it. Again, as you can see, these are the ones that successfully grew. So yay us! And let's go ahead and begin our potting project with what we're going to do with these, shall we? So these ones right here, these are my favorite ones of them all. And I do want to keep these potted up, because these are going to remain in my Aroid collection within my Aroid garden right here. So they'll be intermingled throughout here as well. I definitely want to keep these separated again with the rest of my Aroids. And I do believe that the Caladiums are such wonderful additions to my Aroid garden, so I am planning on collecting so many more Caladiums, and they'll just be grown throughout. But for the rest of these guys, I've already started to prepare a place exactly where I want these. So let's go ahead and check out how we're going to place them. And this right here, guys, this is the area where I actually plan on growing them. And as you can see, I kind of already made some holes in there, so it'll be easier for me to drop them down. And this is going to be intermingled within this display right here. This is actually my memorial that I created for my fur baby Legacy, who recently passed away not too long ago. And I decided to go ahead and use Caladiums here. I love, love, love Caladiums because of their bold and very colorful and very beautiful patterns and markings on the leaves. And I mean, they just really stand out. And you know, I just thought it'd be a good memorial plant for Legacy. She was very bold, she was very lively, active, very beautiful in her spirit, and just a rambunctious little gal. And I felt Caladiums would really represent her personality, so that's what I elected to use. And we also intermingled some Syngoniums in here as well, as you can see, and also some Aglaonema in there as well, and just a variety of these beautiful Caladiums. And we will actually go ahead and pot up the rest of those Caladiums right here. Okay, so as you can see right here, I went ahead and put the potted Caladiums within the holes that I pre-made, just to get an idea of how they would look within the arrangement. And this is basically what I settled for. And as we stand back, you're going to get the full view of what it's going to look like. And of course, keep in mind that they are going to fill up rather quickly. These Caladiums can grow and become quite bushy. So there may come a time where I may have to kind of remove some of them if they get too full. But I do believe that this is going to grow up and just be quite a beautiful display. And there you have it, folks. It was that simple, that easy to grow caladiums from bulbs and also to pot them up or plant them up within a beautiful arrangement. And I absolutely love how this turned out right here, and I'm excited to see how much more beautiful it'll get, and I think it turned out perfect. This is a great way to remember my beloved fur baby legacy, and it's just a beautiful reminder of who she was with such beautiful and vibrant colors. I also believe that this is the perfect place for the simple fact that my dog used to love to be with me no matter where I went, no matter how hot it was. She wanted to be outdoors when I was outdoors. So as you can see, this is the shadier location, and this is exactly where she would sit and patiently wait for Mama to get done with her garden or to get done with filming. And this is where I would always remember her waiting for me. So this is where I go to just really appreciate and cherish the memories that I have with her. And that, my friends, concludes this episode of my new caladium collection and also how I'm growing them up. Now you guys are going to have to let me know exactly what you think of my new caladium collection and how I chose to display them. And also, if you guys have some caladiums as well, make sure you guys let me know what you guys are growing. And of course, if you guys have some helpful tips for us on how we can grow our caladiums, make sure you post those comments below. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of my orchid and also my Aroid adventures, and I will see you guys later, and I also grow with you guys later as well. Bye bye for now. Mwah.